friends, how's it going? My name's Miriam and I'm a poet, and I'm sitting, as you can see, in an armchair, hence the armchair poet. Now this week has been a little bit deja vu-y. Aside from being back in the poetry armchair, we're also back in lockdown, yay lucky us. And I'm aware a lot of people have been going through lockdown a lot longer, or have had much more difficult times with it. So it's challenging for everyone in different ways, but what's been interesting is a sense of deja vu, of I thought it would be a bit different this time, or I would respond differently, or but now we're back in the same space, 5 kilometer radius, and various other limitations, and things are different but also very similar. Still feel very quickly bored, still interested in watching my mental health kind of do its circuit, and still enjoying poetry. So I wanted to share with you some poetry today, and I was trying to figure out which poems to share, and I picked up this book by Bruce Dawe. It's a compilation of Bruce Dawe's works called Sometimes Gladness, and I was just flicking through and I came across this poem called Which One's the Dog? And I thought actually it's excellent because I'm posting a lot of dog photos and dog footage at the moment because we just got a new dog and she's great, but also it kind of reflects on how we sit with other people's exhibition of their lives and perhaps social media, and it's just kind of funny. So I thought I would share this one and then a piece that it made me think of from my book, The Common Condition. So we'll get started. This one's by Bruce Dawe called Which One's the Dog? And it goes like this. Which one's the dog? You find yourself saying, after the last escape route has been cut, with the photograph album lying heavily as a book of judgment on your knees. Really lovely, really lovely. You keep repeating in the studied silence, staring at some snap-happy member of the family, posed with the loved collie, begging comment, yes, but which one's the dog? Why do they so often fail to understand that your quake of merriment at your own retort, is only after all the farewell flash of the daft fish, whose colours stream already into the gun walls, the teeth now bared in the familiar social rictus, the disconnected eye and lips hooked open on an interminable of approval. The end. Such fun. So I was thinking about, the way that we sit and look through other people's photos and how we feel like we should respond or not, or how it makes us feel about our own lives, and how social media now is this sort of curated image in the way that photo albums perhaps used to be. And so it made me think of this poem from my book, The Common Condition, that's perhaps a bit pertinent as going back into lockdown, we lean back into internet as our form of communication. And it's called Alone, and it goes like this. Alone. A whisper. A silent plea. I don't want to be alone. Share it on Facebook. Fling it into the ether with Twitter and let it out a sigh. In 3 a.m. calls to friends. Alone. The throb in my temple when home and lonely, the ridges in my fingertips when doodling for community, the quiet fear I push away when I try to fall asleep, the prayer in the candle I light, at home, alone. Lives spent reaching out so we won't be alone. Lives spent crying out, tell me I'm not on my own, seeking community everywhere, looking for a family to call home, alone. But aged relatives are put into aged care, the difficult ones into prisons, leave them there. We say to those seeking safety or a new life on our shores, it's not my fault you were born in the middle of a war, rejecting responsibility, regulating the world mathematically, economically, forgetting all our empathy, making ourselves lonely, alone. A cry for community that will permit us to be born, bred, wealthy, well-fed, that will tell us you are not alone, but never need anything from us or want us in return. We want so badly to be surrounded, yet we forget that to not be alone means to be with others, not just to let others be with you. But we have a community, a world that needs us and is waiting to love us just as we can love and need it. The end. So I'm challenged in this time to both give grace to myself as I go through all the ups and downs of lockdown again, and to keep remembering that there is a world out there that loves and needs me as much as I love and need it. And that there's a God who loves all of us more than I could ever love anyone. For which I'm thankful. Now I hope whether you are in lockdown or in a worse situation or in a better situation or anywhere at all, I hope that you remember that you are, even when you feel alone, that you are fully seen and fully known and fully loved. And I'll chat to you next time. Bye.